Hey, what's up, Bourbon family? This is Keith, and welcome to the Bourbon Shop. So, on the Bourbon Shop, I normally like to focus on things that we can just go out and find on the shelf that's easily attainable. And as you can see, I have Blantons here, which is not really easy to find on the shelf. So sometimes I'll make a detour, just have a little fun with something. And today, I sort of want to match this up with a couple other of my favorite bourbons to see how this is going to work out as far as comparing it with this infamous Blanton's. Hard to get sought after. A lot of people say it's more hype than what's in a bottle, because it's hard to get this for regular MSRP, which is around 60 bucks. If you see it in the wild, it may cost you a little bit more, maybe double the price or even more. So it's an argument. Is it really overhyped? And I'll give you my comment about that a little later. But, the juice is good. So let's just get into it and figure out if we can put up another bourbon against this. And the first one I want to put up against this is a budget bourbon. But just to let you know a little bit about Blanton's, I'm not going to go into the grave detail of it because I want this to be kind of quick. But we know it's 93 proof. It is the original single barrel bourbon. So it set the pace for many others to follow. It is from Buffalo Trace. Normally these are stored in warehouse number 8, which used to be their only metal warehouse, but now they have more. It is mash bill number 2, which is a mysterious thing, but as far as I know, I heard that in that mash bill number 2, the rye content is about 12%, 10, 12%, something like that. Don't quote me on that. That's what I hear. Okay, so give you a little something about this that you want to get a little rice spice in here. And I think that is about it. Normally they have some writing on it and tells you a little bit more about this. Let's see here. So this was dumped on May 18th, 2022. Stored in stored in warehouse H. Okay, get my words out. On Rick number 10, and again, it's 93 proof. So normally, I think this is around 6 to 10 years, somewhere in there with the bourbon that's in there. They say about 10 years, something like Eagle Rare. But that's what we have. Of course, the horses are a bit thing for people to try to find and all of that. But yada yada yada. Let's get into the bourbon. Let's see what's going on with this. All right, so we're just going to pour this up. Nice. And just give it a little breakdown and see what we come up with. This is a nice bourbon that's on the nose. I sort of want to gauge this off if you can find it for 60 bucks. You think that's fair? Or should we take that secondary price into account? Well, we're just going to gauge it against another bourbon. Don't worry. So it's kind of floral, nice honey. You get get a nice amount of spice. You get the brown sugar, the caramel, maybe a nice pie crust. Yeah, a nice amount of fruit. Overall, it's pretty nice nose. Maybe maybe very slight peppermint. All right, let's go ahead and take this to the palate. Now it's 93 proof, so to me, it's good, but it's not like, oh my God, this is knocking my socks off. But it's good for a 93 proof bourbon. You get a little pepper with that. You get the honey. You get some type of a pastry taste to it. Yeah, along with the brown sugar. You get that light fruit like grapes or yeah, something like grapes, melon, something like that. Not the dark fruit, but nice and light fruit. It's a nice mouthfeel as well. Let me go in for one more sip. You get a little spice on this with maybe a hint of black pepper. The finish is not strong, but it's there. I mean, I can still feel it and taste it. And I'm pretty much tasting that caramel type honey taste to it. So overall, it's a pretty good bourbon. Is it overhyped? Yes, it is. I just say it, it's overhyped, but I understand it is good marketing. It's the bottle is unique. It had a lot of history and hype behind it. So I understand why people want to buy it and get it on their shelf and try it. But yeah, I would say it's more hype, but that doesn't mean that the bourbon isn't good. It is a very good bourbon, and at the price of 60 something bucks, if you I'm just trying to say this. That's, if it's there, that's good. Right there, $60 something right there. That's pretty much what I can tell you. But this wasn't, I didn't purchase this. This was gifted to me. So I want to give a nice thank you, a big shout out to Big M for that. My man, thank you from the heart. I appreciate it. I tell you, I will buy this again. Well, I didn't buy it the first time, but I will purchase this. But I wouldn't purchase this on secondary. If I can't find it for what the price should be, I probably wouldn't get it. Unless I get the other version of it, the Blanton's Gold. I would like to try that. But what are we going to put this up against? Well, the first bourbon we're going to put this up against is from Heaven Hill, coming in at 90 proof. Yes, 1783. And I believe this is about 4 or 5 years in age. I'm not quite sure. I didn't do a lot of research on this, but I know this is one of my favorite budget bourbons. It's around that 20-ish, under 30, 25 maybe. So let's just give this a look. I'm just gonna take a look at it, Dex. Be all right. And the color is about the same. I think the 1793 is a slightly darker. Okay, so this one is coming off with some fruit and kind of dusty, if that's a smell, dusty. If you guys hear the little tip taps in the back, that's just my dog walking around on the wood floor, chilling. Okay, good. Yeah, it's kind of dusty, a little oaky. You get slight, you get the honey, the caramel. Maybe a slight hint of chocolate. I can tell you right now, between these two, I would give it to the Blantons on the nose. Okay, absolutely, not even close. So let's go with the palate. This is a little sharper, but it's coming through with some pretty good notes. It has that, you get some light chocolate, but it has that fruit. And I don't know, something about that dustiness is coming through. I don't know, let me find another word for that. I don't know. That's the best I can say it. Kind of dusty or metallic, something like that. But you get a lot of caramel, a lot of brown sugar. And keep it in mind that the price range on this is under the 30 or under 25. And so it speaks well for what you're getting out of this. Does it compare to the Blantons? No. I'm going to give this hands down to the Blantons against 1793. But if you haven't tried this is an excellent bourbon. 1783, 93, 83. This is an excellent bourbon. Nice budget bourbon. Something that you can sit back and sip on. Yeah, you get a little citrus behind that. So not bad. This is a pretty good bourbon, but I'm gonna give it to Blanton's with this one, and that's not gonna surprise anybody. I just wanted to compare it, but we're gonna do another comparison. Okay, we are going to go now with Elijah Craig, 94 proof, going up against the 93 proof. All right, so this is of course the Heaven Hill product. And I think this is in, let me take this off. I thought I had this open. Slightly higher. It's in I believe the $30 range, right? Okay. Put the price up there somewhere. But this is a really good bourbon. Of course, their barrel proofs are out of sight, but let's just see how this compares to the Blanton. Okay, let's look at the color. Pretty dead on. I still say maybe this is a little darker. Nice legs on it too. So let me go in for another taste here though. Okay, all right, now take this to the nose. Oh yeah, this is a lot richer in the nose compared to the 1783. Now, I'm telling you, this one comes off a lot richer, a lot more honey and dark caramel notes than the Blantons. This is more sweet. And this just comes across a little darker. Definitely get some chocolate scent in this, but maybe some darker fruit, brown sugar. All right, well, hey, this gonna be interesting. Let's take this. I never compared these two before until now, so. A nice amount of rice spice in this one as well. You can tell it's 94 proof. It's not really punching through, but that flavor is there. I get the brown sugar, the caramel. Let's say you get some maybe darker fruit, like we said like dark berries, blackberries, or something like that. A lot of pepper. Oh, yeah, that. I think the finish is better than the Blantons. Yeah, the finish, it speaks more. There's more power behind it. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a pause for the cause, let my palate relax, then I'm going to come back and really do a final judgment on these two. So I will be right back. Hang in there. And if I haven't said it before, please like and subscribe to the channel. It helps keep my videos in rotation. That helps a lot more than you may know. Okay, so please like, subscribe, and I want to hear from you. Give me a comment. Let me know what do you think about Blanton's, and have you ever compared it with something else, maybe one of your other favorite bourbons, and how did it add up? But anyway, I'll be right back. Okay, let's do a final breakdown of Blanton's and Elijah Craig. All right. Okay. Yeah, the finish. I think the taste profile is going to be close, but it's not much of a finish with the Blantons. I'll be honest with you. Not at all. Not much of a finish at all. Let's go with the Elijah Craig. And I mean, it's 1% higher. This is 94. This is 93. I don't think that should make that big of a difference. So, I'll be very honest with you. The finish is much better with the Elijah Craig. This is heavier. It is sort of make this drink a little light, to be honest with you. I mean, I might piss some people off. But that's what hype does for you. Okay, so if I'm just going by taste, and that's what we go by when we want to sit back and sip bourbon, is taste. I'm going to tell you right now. Now, let me bring this one back up, because I did have this in the running. This is excellent bourbon for the price. $17.93. Evan Williams, coming in from Haven Hill. So if you haven't tried this, I highly recommend it. It's a nice sipper. Of course, it's nice for you to the mix. Now, this is only 90 proof, so keep that in mind. Especially for some of you who are trying to go above the 80 proof range. Maybe you dance around 86. This is an excellent one to get you into the 90 proof range. So if you haven't tried this and you're going up, try Evan Williams, 90 proof. As you can see, it's something I still enjoy today. So there's no losers on this table. Now, when it comes to Elijah Craig, though, and Blanton's, I'll be very honest with you. I'm going to favor Elijah Craig over Blanton's. It just has more taste. It's more robust. The finish is better. It's come off a little thicker. But that's not to say Blanton is not a good bourbon. It is a bourbon that is just simply overhyped. Okay, it is a good tasting bourbon. But if I had to choose between the two, and we're just going by taste, then I'm looking at Elijah Craig all day long, any day, every day. So that's my take. Again, please, I want to hear from you guys. Have you taken a closer look at Blanton's and compared it to some of your other favorite bourbons, especially around in the same price? Well, not the same price, but the same proof range. And if so, what you think? Let me know what you came up with. So please, again, like and subscribe. And thank you for your spending time with me. I appreciate it. And yeah, I look forward to hearing from you. So, hey, listen, the best way to enjoy your bourbon, as always, is to drink it the way you like to drink it. The best way to drink it is in a responsible way, which never, ever, ever, ever means shots. See you next time on the Bourbon Shop.